Andy Crouppen of Brown & Crouppen joins us to talk about first of all, the housing bubble. What is the bubble?
Well, I think what happened was, in one word, greed. I think the laws were such that they could give loans to virtually anyone without checking very much about their credit history. There was so much credit available, the interest rates were low. Mm-hmm. I bought a house, I didn't know what I was doing. It was years ago. Mm-hmm. It was when I literally put not $1 down, and they just gave me a house, basically. Yeah. And now I've gotten to a point where I've tried to sell the house a couple of times. It's a rental property now, but I've tried to sell it a few times. It's not worth what I paid for it. Right. But the problem is, luckily I'm able to keep it rented, but the problem is if I even sold it, I don't have a dollar in it. Selling it really isn't a good option for me because I'm not going to walk away with anything. I'll probably walk away with less, so I'm kind of stuck with this house that I got to keep. Now, some people are in much more dire straits. They have a house that's worth significantly, maybe 30%, 40% less. Their payments are high because of perhaps a balloon payment. So basically what happened was we gave all these people loans who probably weren't qualified for them. They thought that housing prices were just going to keep going up. Mm-hmm. Instead, they went down. So now people are upside down in homes they can't afford, and the bubble is bursting. People are saying, I can't afford to keep this house, and so we have all these homes that are going into foreclosure.
And somebody is always reaching that change of life level every day, whether they're wanting to retire or move on, and so many people now have lost their employment or have significantly reduced their income. That's the real tragedy that comes of this thing, I think.
Yeah, well, they were expecting that this house would be a gold mine because housing prices were rising so rapidly, and instead of being able to retire, what they're finding is they're finding themselves homeless and going back to renting, sometimes owing money on homes they no longer own.
Yeah, which unfortunately forces people into a foreclosure situation. Talk to us about the difference between a foreclosure and a short sale, and why it's so important that we have an attorney to walk us through this.
Well, the main difference is avoid foreclosure at all costs. Mm-hmm. I mean, avoid short sale at most costs, but foreclosure is in most states the worst of the two options. With a foreclosure, what happens is basically you walk away, the bank owns your home, they sell it for whatever they can get for it, and you can often end up owing whatever the deficiency is between what they sell it for and what you owe.
Really?
What you owe, yeah, for sure. Now, there are some states like California where maybe foreclosure is a better option because you can walk away. It's what's called a non-recourse state. They can't come after you for the deficiency. So you find people who have houses that are worth half what they paid for them. They walk away, buy a house down the street, and
But either way, your credit takes a huge hit.
Huge hit. With a foreclosure, your credit will probably go down about 200 to 400 points, and it'll be on there prominently for 7 to 10 years. Yeah. Now, with a short sale, what happens is it's an arrangement you make with the bank ahead of time. As soon as you see you're having problems, this may be the option you want to talk to your bank about, because you agree ahead of time, we're going to do this short sale, and a short sale by definition means it's going to be short the amount you get for the house of what you owe on it. Now, once again, some states they can come after you for the deficiency, some states they can't, but your credit takes a much smaller hit, sometimes less than 100 points. You can probably have it off your credit within a couple years, and 2 years later, you can go out and buy a new home. Sometimes you can even agree ahead of time with the bank that they won't come after you, pursue you for a deficiency judgment.
So very quickly to wrap it up, the short sale would be the first of the two, lesser of evils.
Oh, for sure.
But it's important, and I know it's important to contact the bank and tell them we're having problems, we want to work on this, and the bank will work with you. But it's really important to have an attorney on your side, because the bank's going to have their agenda. Your attorney's going to have your best interest.
The bank's not looking out for you. Anytime you sign anything, make sure you understand it. If you don't, speak to somebody who does, who can explain it to you.
All right. Andy, thank you so much. If you have a legal question for Brown & Crouppen, email us at greatday.